So, here Kite, tonight we always start with nature's blessings for an awesome session on MSME problem statements. Myself, Desika Prabhakar, founder and director of the Purpose Foundation, and we have Lakshmi, our COO of the Purpose Foundation as well. So today we have a very, very awesome person with us, Anusha, and by default I was sure that she has to also be part of this program for all the works that they're doing in sustainability. So to talk about this initiative and how your company can benefit from it, this is an initiative which is from the United Nations specific wing called Unleash, as well as our NGO, the Purpose Foundation, where as part of the second edition of Hack for Purpose, we are trying to bridge real-time problems of MSMEs to the college students along with our global mentors and trainers. So we want to have a real-time impact, and that's why we're trying to give out the innovation and technology support that the MSMEs, that is our backbone of India, needs. And this is going to be solved by skilling our students, our college students who have their young brains and innovative minds to put forth that technology into real-time impact. So this is the brief of the initiative that we're doing this year. And to start off, we'll give you some of the guidelines that how this process works. So this process is going to be started from June and goes on till December. June, we will have the list of problem statements that you are giving us, and we will put it up on our website. Then the students are going to choose particular sections, the themes based on all the problem statements they have, and then they will apply to us. Then we will have a list of our judges, mentors, and trainers who will go through all of this, and then they will be matched together to select the particular 100 teams who will be working towards solving all the particular problems they have chosen. For this, as we mentioned, this is a very, very unique initiative where we're trying to bridge MSME with real-time problem solving and providing them innovative technology. So this first set of 100 companies, we are choosing 100 MSMEs for this sort of a proof of concept that we are trying to develop, and then we want to grow it year on year. So this first year, since we are doing this is going to be sort of a learning process, and we would not be able to guarantee 100% that all your problems might be solved, but we would try to maximum give you the output that we can with all the resources and all the mentors and trainers as well as students we have. So this is our second part, and there is no cost involved for the MSME whatsoever, or no payment of any sort. It is just merely that we want to support MSME in getting more revenues, or else to make their process more efficient so that they can have the best of sustainability and best of the impact. First off, I'd like to request you to start emphasize about the company, the products that you've been doing, and what is your role, a brief of the whole organization, how many years they have been on the ground. So if you can brief on that, that will be great.
So hi Desika and Lakshmi, it's great to connect with you, and thanks for the good words and the opportunity to cite problems that MSMEs face, because it's good to have a listening post who can also help us at times when things get tough and frustrating, which happens very often when you're running a business, but the thing is about finding solutions to the same. So about Candy Factory, let me introduce myself first. I'm Anusha Maheshwaran, co-founder of Candy Factory. My primary role involves business development, but it doesn't stop there. It starts with client acquisition. I'm also involved in operations, where the business that I bring in, due to bandwidth, I might have to get involved to set processes in place and to ensure that the goods reach the client's end. And then NPD is another role that I participate in. NPD is new product development. This is based on the client requests and what comes from the market. And so that is another, that's an innovative role which I enjoy being involved in. So as you know, Candy Factory is into confectionery. We make India's only vegetarian marshmallows. So we have brands. Our Marshmallows is the brand name of the marshmallow, and we also make gummies swirl pops, which we started with, and hard candy. And all these are made with natural colors without addition of harsh chemicals or any class 2 preservatives for that matter. And so we say none of the candies that you consume from Candy Factory will not stain your tongue. And as everybody knows, natural colors are harmless. Synthetic colors are carcinogenic and can cause other allergies and irritations to the child and to the adult who is consuming them. So this is one thing that we focus on. We manufacture better for you confectionery. Especially this is becoming more relevant now with countries like USA banning synthetic red and orange, and will soon be banning all the synthetic colors. In India, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka have already banned the color red. So we had brought this out even much earlier because we understand the need for providing better goods to the world. So, however, it's not without problems. We are a growing entity, a smaller MSME, and the problems that we face would be in different stages. One is we want to modernize our production. We run with a women unit. It's run by 100% women who are themselves, who have not had the platform to have had formal education beyond maybe 10th standard or even high school. So these women take the pride that they are actually making confectionery which is unique. They have been skilled to the extent that we are able to do, but what I would like to further do is more in terms of providing them a better life. Probably something like skilling them regularly for operating machines, for better lives, because we all know that when women earn, the society, the money that they earn, it goes back into the society because they fund their children's tuition fee. Their earning usually, as a statistics, goes into the children's tuition fee, and they are able to educate them better or provide them better tuitions after school. So this is something that we want to nurture to the next level, nurture and take it to the next level. So the other thing that the problems that we face, coming back to that, in production, we would like to automate more of the production. So when we go to a bank for funding, we are up collaterals. So there is a time lag till we arrange the funds, and the market is still waiting. There is a time lag between meeting orders efficiently and the funds that are available to meet these orders, or even talks with inquiries. We should be able to confidently tell them that we have this facility and we will be able to meet the orders, just bring us the orders, and these are the quality standards that we have. So for an MSME, if we have to set up a certain type of factory, it is expensive. So we have to meet certain compliances. We have to meet, even for getting a certification like FSSAI or FSSC 22000, which we will have to keep upgrading the factory for, and keeping it in a very hygienic, producing in a very hygienic environment. It involves a certain cost, and so when we try to raise funds, these aspects which will actually, which is very important, which will actually bring in future business, are not considered. So we have to invest first in a good factory, in an efficient, hygienic space. We have to train the labor force, and there is a time involved and an investment involved in doing all this. So that is not taken into consideration when you go for equity funding or any other. Bank funding requires collateral, which we may not want to, or we may not have the right collateral to provide. So that is one problem that we face. The other problem is access to machinery that are cheaper and immediate access to them. Like if I want to automate, for example, now many of our candies are handmade by women. So I want to go to the next level of increasing my production capacity and automating some parts of the handmade candy. Like say a swirl pop. We have inquiries coming from world over to have these have a larger number of these candies supplied to them, but our capacity is restricted. So now if I have to look for a machinery from Europe, it is very, very expensive and not affordable by me. And if I have to, the other options are available, I'm told, in China, which is cheaper, but still again it's expensive. Not expensive, it is right now we have to balance between what we have and whether we need to allocate between marketing or getting more sales or investment in machinery or investment in compliance. So this is a problem that we face, and if I can get a machinery that is made in India, for which service will also be easily available at a much better cost. I don't need to import them from anywhere else. Most of our products, we are the only ones manufacturing them in India, so it is still nascent, but it's all doable. The shapes of the candies, if we can have in a manual method, there's only so much you can do. It's more attractive for the world market if the shapes are better, and for which we require a machinery. So we will require machinery for capacity building quickly, efficiently, and for better quality of the product, like consistent standardized quality of the product. So the high cost of investment is a problem for the MSME. Then the other point, so errors is something, a lack of skilled labor force, lack of inability to hire experts on a consistent basis. So what we currently do at Candy Factory is we hire experts, but as consultants because of the affordability factor. But there are sometimes we need full-time experts as well. So and that's costly. And as we grow, this is a very important aspect, because it means that the errors are much lesser in your processes, and because they are experienced, and the time to finish a certain job is much quicker with somebody who is already experienced in that job. The other way to look at it is we don't only hire experts are consultants. We also provide opportunities to first generation graduates who work with us. But this is prone to a lot of errors because they have not seen their parents working in a company before. Many of them have been contract laborers and things like that. So the learning curve for these first-time graduates is much longer than others. So we do take that. It is something that we do, and we put in efforts to train them up. But that again is a cost. If there is somebody skilled to train them up, then that will work better. That is another problem that we face.
Anusha, to just give a summary of the whole thing, what we have understood so far is that you're looking into automating production to a certain extent, not going too much into the high-end investment part, but just automate to at least a certain extent, so this can increase your capacity. And you're also looking at getting affordable machinery to have some different shapes or production for especially the swirl puffs, I believe, for the like machines which are less expensive but still can get the job done with certain engineering designs that can be done, and finally fixing errors in the existing production itself. So this is on the broader sense that we have collected from you so far. What we would like to also request is, when we take this problem statement, there is going to be a team of students as well as an expert, as well as trainers and mentors who are going to be working together, right? In this sense, when we give them a problem statement as specific as possible, then we can easily get the relevant output. For example, if you're talking about the swirl puffs production, you have already taken some links of some of the European machineries, for example, and you know what kind of machine you need. If you can share it with us, then we know what kind of design you are looking for, right? So what we would do is, we would go on to doing our design, which is more affordable for you. So we will design or work on the design of the same machine, but in a little more, the price is less and little different design, so that it will be more specific to suit and suitable to your needs. So that would make immediate sense for you, that we can build that machine at a very, very affordable cost compared to so much lakhs that you have to invest in together. This will be one example.
We are trying to solve the stickiness problem. However, we have found that a better packaging and a controlled environment is what will help the candies because our factory is in Chennai. The humidity is high. Unless it's packed immediately at the right moisture level, the candies will tend to get sticky. And so at our end, what we have done is we have hired a full-time staff who is technically qualified to monitor each of the processes. So that is happening now. However, we have just now put in a dehumidifier and a controlled air handling unit, but that's not enough. We need to move to a bigger factory setup, probably away from humidity, and have a controlled environment to better handle this. It's a problem that all of the industry, food industry, if they are making confectionery, this is how it is handled. So for which we require funds. So it's all that seed and fruit situation. You need to have a good quality seed to have a good quality fruit, and that's where it is. So setting up a factory which is larger, which will also be useful useful to attract larger clients. So we have recently got a golden ticket from Walmart, and we have started supplying to their marketplace. We just listed the products, but we will also be with Walmart and IKEA as well. Our products will be supplied to them. But for that, our factory has to be in auditable condition, which we have done a lot of things, but everything gets delayed. There is a timeline to all of this. It will be faster and more efficient with funds or the equipment coming in at the right time.
So what we can do is, from here, what we've taken as problem statement is mainly first on increasing the production capacity with as affordable as well as high quality equipment, which can help you to fulfill the orders. That is point number one. As far as the second, what we can take is in the factory environment for the stickiness, or when you have to have an audit level of setup, especially you already have a dehumidifier and a control environment, but still there's a general problem the whole industry is facing. So these two, apart from the skilling part, because as such we're trying to give you more technology support to cut down on a lot of your problems. So skilling as such would not be in the capacity at least at this stage of the whole process. But as far as technology, products, or something that can reduce your burden in any way, you need an alternative packaging, cheaper packaging, whatever it is, right? With design, anything that we can help on that, definitely. So these two we will take as problem statements. and any technology which will be developed as part of this whole process. If you are directly providing some inputs, references, and working with the teams, we would see that that is your company will have all the rights to everything. And in the case that our mentors and only the students are doing, we will see that every joint person has the benefit out of the whole thing. Just on a case to case basis, we are trying to do this because again it's a unique process that we're developing. So we should see that everyone is getting the maximum amount of benefit as well as the maximum amount of impact. So we'll take these two statements from you. If you can share with us the machine references that you have, then we would be able to understand what you need, because we want to do something exactly as a solution for you. So as specific as possible, we will be able to solve it also very specifically as possible. So these two we can take as problem statements from your side, as I mentioned, for the machine as well as for the dehumidification or the improving the quality of your product with less stickiness and all. Last, in a minute or so, if you can just, before we wrap up, tell about the sustainability aspect of the candies and the products that you're doing and any other initiative, and then we can just close.
So, with regards to sustainability, the production that the water that we use for producing the candies is extracted from air. So we use a technology that's made by a startup from IIT Madras, incubated in IIT Madras, and we use that technology to extract water. Like Chennai, the air is humid and water is a precious resource. So combining this, the water that is used for cooking our candies is from this machine. And as the factory grows bigger, now it's just a droplet of water saving that we do. But as the industry grows bigger and the factory grows bigger, it will have definitely a much larger impact.
That's awesome. Taking a step itself and thinking about sustainability itself is, a great initiative and a great start. And we are sure that you are going to do a huge number of, a lot of initiatives, and already you are working to natural products, and that itself again is a whole mission that you are driven towards. So we are very grateful that you had the time, and whatever initiatives you are doing is extremely impactful. Tate, thank you so much for your valuable time, and have a great day ahead.